So what you can do with cotton, say you want to do a 1 by, like a 12 by 24, what you can do is cut something out a little bigger than this. I think this would work. This is cool. This is signboard. It's really cool stuff. I've done that too. And as far as painting tools, you can use all kinds of stuff. So this is primed canvas. We bought a roll of it for how much? Do you remember how much we paid for this one? And so what you'd want to do is say you want a 12-inch by 24. You cut out at least, I don't know, probably about this much. And end up pasting it onto here. Oh, I need a square. I just happen to have one. I didn't bring a big enough thing to do at 24, did I? Oh yeah, I did. If I do it this way, I did. So I'm going to go about 3 inches on either side. And that will give me enough so that I can put it on a stretcher if I want to, but I don't have to. The other thing that I would use on something like this is, it's called Miracle Muck, but what it is, perhaps I can't think of what it is. It's
never heard of it.
It's a non-hygroscopic glue, acrylic type of glue. And non-hygroscopic is because rabbit skin glue, which has been traditionally used, will suck up water, and you don't want that.
Pretty darn good enough.
I was going to say,
Yeah, it works really nice.
Demonstration.
I really like the twice as long as it is wide, proportional format for my paintings. Square, I don't know, they sell a bunch of square canvases. It's hard to put a composition into a square. I mean, you can, it's kind of like magnifying glass and looking at it, which is, kind of like round. I really find that. Wait. And thanks for all this wonderful stuff that you bought. Oh, I think I like it.
Wow.
So I'm gonna put this on here for now, for later. Actually, if we get some of those alligator clamps, it will work on this. What is pricing? You can actually use masking tape. I want to get that off because I don't want any bumps on the bottom of it. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So there's my.
I have some clips upstairs. You want a couple?
No hurry. Maybe later. I'm gonna put that there. But the main thing I want to show you is, kit. And it's got about everything I'll probably need in it. I forgot my wig though.
Where's the squirrel?
I do have one. No, that wasn't mine, that was yours. Hey, Piper, come on in.
Come on,
And,
have a seat.
so, when I started oil painting, is like, you got all these colors to work with, and I wanted to, you know, I confuse easily. Anybody ever notice that? But I do. And what I realized was I really needed some help with that. These little jars are nice. You can, that's a homemade one, that one's like, I don't know, some kind of food or something was in there. Wow. These are neat. There we go. But you can buy them like this. And they're, you know, they're really helpful. That in there. Whoa! There we go. And then palette knives. There's one thing I'm looking for. Oh, I found this. I think this is gonna be the best palette knife I've ever had. I haven't used it yet. But
Yeah, I know.
I like big.
That's a big one.
I think so.
But big isn't always better.
You use
And
that
big,
as a palette?
big brushes are nice. Point, what I would say is always use, you know, when you kind of reach for a brush, go for the biggest brush that you can physically use on the item. I mean, even if you have to, you know, like push it into the corner, you know, just don't go, because you get, the smaller you get, the more, you guys know this, okay.
Not necessarily.
Oh, tables on it. I didn't. I have a tendency to spread out.
I'm sorry, if I had known you needed the space, I would have put another table.
Oh, well, it's not so much that, it's. Like that. And like that. So, that's the oil color thing. What I decided was that there are, what colors are I going to use? And what I went with is what you call a iron oxide variety of color. What's that? Payne's Gray. Let's use some of that. And I'm going to put that down here for now. A little bit of that.
Should I put the camera on that?
Oh. Yeah.
There.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, look at that. Okay, and what we got here? That's probably white. Yeah, that's white. So, I'm not the first guy to do this with the color scheme that I'm using. But, I'll put some white up here. Now, that's titanium white. What else have I got here? Okay, this is an iron oxide. If you go,
The other end,
I
Never have to worry about
think I've already looked at this stuff. See, I did prepare. Okay, so iron oxide is this rusty dirt, right? Let's see, where do I want to go? We'll go here. So this oil paint is not going to dry today. It's not going to dry tomorrow. It may be wet, what, probably not on Monday, but it'll be getting pretty stiff by Monday.
At least on the surface, though?
What's that?
At least on the surface?
Yeah, at least on the surface, right. You know, 2025, sometime later in 2025, it will be dry. Okay, so that's it. That's my whole palette. And the reason I like it is because, like I say, I get confused easily. So you know where I'm gonna get green from, right? Where am I gonna get green from?
Blue and yellow.
What?
Blue and yellow.
No, I'm getting blue.
You don't have any blue? Create it.
Paint
With
gray and yellow.
Okay, I like that?
Paint's gray and
Right. Right.
the mustard color.
Even if it wasn't Payne's gray, even if it was just plain ivory black,
Yeah.
it would work. Makes a nice, actually, a really nice color here. Oh, I'm gonna need 2 knives. And a rag. I brought the rags, I know I did, yeah. Okay. I like these. It'll work. Okay, so I'm gonna try and not mess up my green too much. Can you, how's that work?
You can see.
Oh, you can see it, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow. This, can you imagine trying to shoot something, like you aim it with this, and go bang, and, yeah, okay, never mind.
Isn't technology great?
So, it's an adequate gray, I mean green. But the whole thing about this is, what you do, what this makes you do when you're painting this way, is it makes you realize, if I want that green to look really green, what I have to do is put some red next to it. If I do that, it's gonna work. It's gonna change that. I'm talking to people that all know this stuff. And
Not
if there was,
necessarily.
if I
Not
did
necessarily.
have, that I didn't bring a roll of paper towels, I could use it. Thank you so much. I make them last. Okay, so here's my red. I'm gonna put a little white into that.
Easy fitting.
Thank you so much. Maybe this much. And then I'm gonna get a little bit of darker red in there. So if you, when you're painting with, say you bought some green, like phthalo green or something like that, do you ever use it straight out of the tube onto the painting? What do you throw into it?
Black or
red?
white.
Or, yeah, black or white. Or you could, if you want to,
Raw umber, paint it.
you want to go opposite of the opposite of the wheel. So that'd be red-ish.
Right.
So, but with this, you don't hardly have to, but you put, let's see, what's it do? I'm just curious. Oh, look at that, that works pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see that green now, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, so as soon as you pull this into that green starts looking really green. I mean, at least it does to me.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that. So, the one color that we're missing, that I'm thinking of right now, what color's missing here? We got, well, I'm calling this blue, right? It's not really blue, but we're gonna call it blue. The other thing is, when you switch, using this kind of palette, you really don't want to contaminate the color that you got with the complement, unless you're doing it on purpose. So I'm going to take some of this. I don't want to get any yellow into that at all. And so I'm going to go down here with it. It's not really blue yet. It probably won't get to be blue. lid. Can I make that in the blue, you think?
Yeah, it's been blue all the time.
Yeah, I see.
Sky
blue.
blue.
Yeah.
Almost a,
So,
almost a sky blue. Let's pull a bit of that out there. Okay, the one way to make that look bluer is to do this. And I'm gonna call that purple. Yeah, hardly. But have you ever mixed red and blue and tried to make purple?
It's been a long
Don't do
time.
it. Not really. Because if you ever look at your printer ink, I wish I'd done it. I didn't bring it. I've got like a bunch of glasses, like jars, right? And you pour in your 3 printer inks. You guys don't
Yeah.
always go to the store and buy the packets, right? I try to refill them, right? So you can get that ink really cheap. It's really nice, right? So you got those 3 colors. Well, they're yellow, cyan, and magenta. Now, you guys probably know this, but anyway, if you take and you put like a few drops into each vial, right, you get these beautiful colors, and they kind of look yellow, blue, and red, right? But they're not, they're a little different. If you mix the magenta and the yellow, you'll get a really fire engine red. Otherwise, it's more like glycerin crimson. It's on the violet side. So what do you think happens if you mix the cyan and the magenta?
Purple.
Violet.
Close.
Like violet?
Blue.
Blue.
Blue as you can get.
That's weird.
I mean, screaming blue. It's really great. I really shouldn't be talking about it. I should have just been showing you. I'm sorry. Anyway. But anyway, that's an aside from what I'm talking about. Let's see if we can make this look a little bit like violet. I'll take some of this up here. It's looking a little lavenderish, you think?
Yeah.
We'll call that lavender. I'm gonna take let's do this. And then take this. Yep. Oh, but I want to show you something else, if I got it. Did we get zinc white?
I don't know.
I should remember. I should know. Yellow ochre, titanium, Payne's gray, zinc. Zinc
You're
white.
good.
Okay, zinc white is different than titanium white. Let's put a little bit of white, this kind of white here. And let's try that again. Oh, look at that. Thank you, David. Hello. I'll put this back, I'll have it when I need it. So, I've got some of this, which is that and that. I'll take a little zinc white and see what we get. See if it's gonna show up or not. Okay, so there's that one.
That's purple.
Does it look more,
Yeah.
does it look more violet than,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Kind of
Okay.
looks a bit salmon-y to me. Looks kind of like a salmon color.
What kind of color?
Salmon. Fish. Salmon.
Salmon, thank you. I hear it now. So actually, I could do better with this one by mixing this ink with black, I think. Because it's got a yellow. It's tended toward this side of the wheel. How long am I supposed to do this for?
No, you got a half an hour.
I still?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, good.
You got
I'll look it
33,
up.
34 minutes.
Oh, wow, I got something else. My bag of tricks. Look at all these brushes, man. Hey, so I think what I ought to do is just, I'm kind of thinking what I'll do is just like pick a weekday and do something with oil. And if there's something else going on, great. If there isn't, Thursdays might work, I don't know. Are you still doing Wednesdays? You are? Yeah, okay. So anybody's interested, show up at the 2nd Street on Wednesday.
Yeah.
What time?
12 noon to 2,
12 noon to 2,
except for this week,
except for this week. Okay.
fair.
I might be there.
Okay.
No, I won't be because
We called you the
if I can
mixer.
get here, I'll be doing good.
We called Steve the mixer, can you see why?
Yeah, I would come, I wouldn't even paint. I just mix paint. You know, I love it. It's really fun.
Yeah, the mixer.
Look at all the brushes. I just gotta look at brushes. This is the other end of mixing. It's using brushes.
You think you have enough?
Goodness.
So we can keep people busy here. So there's enough brushes to get almost anything done. Okay, this is something that I've never tried this, and I've been carrying it around for a long time. It's called Dorland's Wax Medium. If you want to paint thick, and you don't want to use up all your paint, this is what you use. I'm scaring myself because I might have to actually paint something. So if we had some masking tape, maybe?
In the cupboard.
Oh, boy.
I think there's some in the cupboard.
No one have that.
Yeah, I don't know who.
Covered, yep.
Oh, look at this.
We
Yeah,
do.
well, we got one for you.
Cool. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy one of my paintings. That would be easier than doing anything. Never copy. I had my high school teacher, man, if you copy something,
Thank God you don't have a glass, right?
she would really
Got it on tape.
let you have it. There's a way to do this.
I think you have to stretch across.
Oh, look at that. I can do it this way. I can knock the camera over. Give me a minute. See if I can get this done. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I won't get it done in 30 minutes, so.
Do what you have.
Okay, I'll do what I have to. So the format is a little different on that, but I want to stretch it out a little bit anyway.
He starts painting.
So what I'll do is, yeah, I'll do that. Whoa, I like that tape. That's seen a winter or two. In New Hampshire, you couldn't do, if you didn't watch your masking tape really careful, it would not make it through a year because it would freeze solid, and that would be that. That would be that. But then we moved to Crescent City, and we don't have to empty the water pipes every winter or anything. It's so cool. I can offer excuses why I'm not as prepared as I might be, because I had major issues on our RV that we use as an Airbnb thing. We took it to Idaho and it did really good, except for the electrical system failed. And anyway, no excuses. I'll quit that. I probably got stuff for doing this somewhere in the back of the car. Oh, could you lock my car for me? I got my, or grab my tool bag that's in the front seat, passenger seat. I really don't want to leave it there. I'd hate to lose it. See if I got the keys. If he locks it, I'll be all right. Yeah, look at that, will you? Come right along. So if you do it, do this way. If you want to do it on the cheap side, you got to remember that custom frames are expensive. So you don't really want to do a 12 by 17 painting. 12 by 16 is all right. Thank you so much. That's everything I need to fix everything there is, except for the knowledge. Does anybody know about electronics? You know about electronics.
No, he does.
I know some things, but I don't know everything.
I know that the inner valence of an atom has 2 electrons. I'm studying a book I've had for 10 years. It's called Understanding Electronics.
Whoa.
And that there are free electrons. Never mind. Okay. So I can't just study like how the electrical system works. I have to start at the beginning, you know.
How's that working with your RV?
It's keeping me up late. Oh my. Any questions? I need questions. Somebody quick ask me a question.
Why is the tape important for oil painting?
Why is what important?
The tape!
The tape. The tape is so that the
I can tell.
it doesn't keep me confused. There we go. See, I told you I was thrifty. Anyway, okay. Primarily that I don't want to, let's call that good, okay. And we'll make another small canvas over here some other day.
Do you sharpen your own knives, or do you have people sharpen it
yeah.
for you? Or do they just come that way?
This one is a Benchmade, and yes, it did. And I have never bought a knife that was sharp to my liking until my son gave me this one.
That's a nice one.
And yeah, and they'll sharpen it for you. Send it back to them. But I like sharpening. I want one more piece of tape on here. We need to throw this away. Okay, anyway, all right. So, yeah, I really do want to do something more here. So all these easels that I got are nice for working outside. This one,
In here.
we'll just put this up here like that. Off, let's see. Yeah, I do need. How about duct tape? We got any duct tape? Doesn't have to be massive. You got tape. Electrical tape,
You have scotch tape,
duct tape, what?
scotch tape.
Scotch tape? I actually don't think that will work.
Here's Dr.
Is it? Great.
You're not gonna like it
I'll take it. That'll work great. Oh, look at that, somebody already cut it into strips.
Somebody already got started there.
Wow, look at it. All right, so it doesn't have to be stretched, taut necessarily. You probably don't want any, bubbles in there or anything. So we'll call that good. Oh, good, I get to use my new painting knife.
You wanna turn that more facing the camera?
Yeah, I do. That's what I want to do, actually. Am I close?
Yeah.
That's
That's
good.
Yeah. All right, so,
Perfect, thank you.
so I'm looking at a painting. Oh, this is gonna be good, I can hardly wait. I'm gonna put some color on here, but what I gotta do is I gotta put more color on it. So, what I need to do is I'm gonna try out this Dorland's stuff. I've had it for a few years. But we're gonna take and put that into that. And then I'm gonna take some zinc white. Oh, look at that, it's moving. Pull it out a little bit. And put a little bit of this in here. And mix this all together. Ooh, that is nice. That is really nice. It takes the thickness out of it. It makes it more buttery like. It's like a big jar of butter. Ooh, I like that. Man, I'm so glad you guys
And there you had these.
I'm all satisfied. Woohoo! Okay. So so there's what I'm gonna call blue. And I want some more. Ooh, this is gonna be good. I like it. Okay. So I'm just gonna take some and put it on here. What am I doing here? Okay, so I got kind of like a mountain down here. Get some edges in there. More white, more white. Which one's zinc? That one's zinc. So I don't feel bad. I don't feel so bad about painting deck. This is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's expensive. Paint.
Well, I like the delayed action. Okay. Anyway, yep. Tighten that up. Okay, so I think I want a little bit lighter color here, so that there we go. And make sure it's zinc. There it is. So I'm gonna put some more. Man, I'll just put it right there. All over. And a little bit more of. I'm gonna need 3 of these. Ooh, that's a nice knife. Bob Ross, there he is.
Oh.
The guy. Yeah. Try that out.
It's cool.
Feel what that feel, I mean, it's just like Crisco.
Yeah, it is.
Like oil, yeah.
And it's oil paint, I mean,
It's
it's.
wax?
Oil, yeah. It's
Wow.
oil compatible.
That's cool.
Try.
It's like cocoa
Yeah, like
cocoa butter.
Does it taste good?
Oh.
And you
It
can
is
just
Crisco.
throw it- yeah, it probably is.
Put it on some toast.
But it will dry, it will harden, you know, with your
What's it
color.
called again?
Wax medium,
Wax medium, okay.
and this is particularly Dorlan's, Dorlan.
Cool.
Because if you want, I mean, if you're gonna paint with oil paint, paint thick. I mean, if you want, if you don't want, if paint thick doesn't matter, you use watercolor, use acrylic. Although acrylic, you can do the same, not wax medium, but the other thickeners. So I'm gonna take, I want a little bit lighter color here. Oh, yeah, that's gonna work. So let's take this, and I kind of went lighter on this side. Ooh, look at that. So what's gonna be fun is when I start getting some of the other colors into here. Because getting the canvas covered, right, we're still getting the canvas covered, right, that's step number one. So with the oil color too, if you decide you don't like a particular area, or if you're gonna put a tree in over here, which I am, somewhere in this vicinity, what I can do, one more knife here. I have just the knife I'm looking for, if I brought it. I didn't bring it. Or did I? Aha, I did. What you can do is you can say, okay, I'm gonna put a tree right in here. And I can pull that out of there. You kind of see how it pulled out, right? And then I'm gonna put more of the tree up in here. You can scrape it out so that you don't have to, lay it on top of it very gently. You can do it, or primarily so you don't pull it up from the base. All right, so now what am I doing? I think what I will do, how many more knives have I got? Let's see. Here's a knife. Oh, I want to try the new ones. Like that one. So I want to go to probably this and put some of that in there for now. I think I would have I don't know. I was gonna say that I would have kind of coated it out first, but my tendency is to get too stingy with the paint. And, it's not good. You need to, use up your paint every time, Mix up a lot and use it all. Go back to the source. Hopefully get some more, right? Okay, okay, so I'm gonna go back to here, pull some of this stuff down. I really like this. This is cool. So as far as mixing this, I pretty much use this one for mixing. So I'm gonna pull a little bit more of that. Throw in a little wax. Oh, I forgot I got that one. So I don't know what the drying time on that wax is though, but it's, oh well. I've got some other stuff too. What is it? There's another, which I've used some. Okay, impasto medium. That too. It might have wax in it, I don't know. All right, so am I getting boring yet?
No.
I'm doing pretty good, I only got 10 minutes. All right, okay, so that was, there's gonna be a cloud in here anyway. Did I get that? I did. Okay. And I'll put some of that, I want to make sure that kind of gets covered. Oh, has anybody ever done mudding? Sheetrock mud. You can buy 5 gallons of that stuff. Or you can mix your own from a 25-pound sack. And it sculpts, you sculpt with it. It's like cheap. And you can throw color in it. I've never thrown color in the sheetrock mud, but I imagine you could.
Yeah, you
I mean,
can.
permanency is like zip.
I've seen
You know,
people
it's
on YouTube do it.
Yeah?
And they like do like mountains and
Yeah.
the whole murals
Yeah,
and stuff.
and you get that freedom, and you get like one shot at it, right? Don't go back and touch it again, you know, if you like it, if you don't, you know, if it's not perfect, don't worry about
You
it.
can use stencils too, like to make stencils on the wall.
Like stamp?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, it's, until it dries, it's like liquid. I mean, liquid, what's
Like
that,
mud.
state of matter? It's not liquid, but it's similar. Anyway, okay, so I want to put, okay, now I've got this nice cool background. So the idea that I want to do is, I want to put a cloud into that, and I want it just a bit warm. Not real warm, just a little bit warm, kind of pinky-ish warm. So let's do that. See what happens. I'm so glad. I wasn't worried. When Ed called me up and said, "Where are you?" I'm going outside. Oh, man.
Well, that ain't bad, it's only
Yeah, right.
less than an hour ago. I
Oh, wow, am I supposed to be there? Okay, so we'll aim for the pink with just a little bit of something else. Now, I don't want any of this cool color to show up. I might be being a little overly worried about it. But I want to develop the habit of not getting, you know, my colors, my color temperatures. If I want something cold, I gotta develop the habit of keeping the red and the yellow out of it. So that would be this color here. There's a little bit of cool in that one, so I'm gonna stick it over here for now. And I'll do a little more of this, which is titanium zinc. That's highly organized. There we go. Okay, titanium, good. So, titanium, a little bit of that. Mixing knife. So I will take, oh, okay, so there's my violet mixed with this. So that stays over that side because I want that cool. The red mixed with the white, that's just what I'm looking for. with what, titanium. White is just what I'm looking for. I'll take a dash of that. And titanium, okay. A little bit more. A little bit of that. Ooh, way too much. So I'll pull out some of that. Maybe a little bit of that. Yeah, it's kind of more like what I'm looking for. Although that's way more than I need. So I'll take that. And go like this. So this is gonna be my cloud, my fluffy little cloud. Oh, that's Happy Clouds, right? I like that guy. He's kind of, you know, like when I went to art school, Bob Ross, you know, I mean, come on. The guy's doing it. You know, he's painting. He's blessing 1 million people. I mean, at least, you know? Anyway,
Aren't they making a movie about him?
Mhm.
I'll go for the
Yeah.
part. Whoa, that'd be fun. Man, I love it. Okay, let's make a cloud in here. A fluffy cloud. I need to-
It's your world.
It's your.
Yeah, it's your world.
All right, okay, so I got a thin cloud here. I didn't have enough paint. I got too stingy again. Man. More paint. More paint. All right, now we'll go back into this again. A little bit of that, a little bit of that. Whole bunch of this. Boy, this is good for one. This is good for one painting. This, one painting. You got to do another painting, buy another jar. It's cheaper than paint. I mean, you know, really. Okay. So here it goes. Put that in there. Mix it up. Yeah, this is what it takes to be generous with the paint, I think, is, you know, that medium stuff. I'll put some of that on there. Oops. I think this might work. Maybe. And then I want to bring a little contrast into it. That might work. You know, for doing clouds, I think this might really work. I need a rounded. Have I got one? I've got one, but it's not. You ever take a brush, like, or a tool, and say, "This thing is useless," you know? Yeah. But I don't throw, you know, I don't throw anything away, right, ever. And then all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh, wow, that's brights, you know, the brushes that are brights. I remember thinking, what in the world do you want a brush that has that much hair out of the ferrule? I mean, you know, it's that wide, right? What are you gonna use that for? I don't know. So I stuffed it away. 5 years later, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put the mountain in for now. So then we got aerial perspective. Base of the mountain's gonna be darker and slightly warmer, I think. Does that sound right? Darker and warmer? Further back it's gonna be lighter and cooler because there's more dispersion, I think. That's the way it goes. Anyway, I don't want to go, it's like 12. I don't want to keep you captive. But I'm probably going to paint for a while. But, you know.
We're gonna stay here and watch.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I got all this paint now. Oh my. So, you know, too, I mean, if I wanted to, I could throw in some, like, ultramarine right now. I really, but I'm gonna not do that because I wanna limit myself. It's kind of like, I figured out how you make a crossword puzzle. What you do is you draw how many grid squares there are, and then you pick out your word and say it's in the top, what would that be, northwest quadrant, right? And then, so you block off some of on either side of that word, you block off a section, right? So what you do is, on the other quadrant, you block that section off. It limits you, so that the next word that you come up with, you don't just have an infinite choice of. You've got to conform, like poetry, right? You went da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. So the next one, you gotta go da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Unless you have something different. But, you know, but the idea of limiting, because otherwise you with so many possibilities, it's like.
It's kind of a cool challenge to just use those colors, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really the deal.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's not like a rule.
Yeah.
It's a discipline, perhaps.
Yeah. I had a teacher that wouldn't let us use black.
That is so popular. It's like the Impressionists didn't use black, so I'm not going to use black.
Because black is not in nature, that he would yell. And so you had to use purple and all these other colors to make the dark.
You know what Gainsborough did? He had a teacher, never use blue in the foreground, right? Pinky, blue boy. He you know, took thumbing his nose at the teacher. Anyway, that's what that was about, I think. You know, I've only heard it from one source, but it's believable, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, those rules are great, and restrictions, they're great, but they have their place, you know. And if you want to do more than just follow the rules, I'm gonna step out on the limb just a little bit. Going to church, right? It's not about keeping the rules. It's about an experience with Jesus Christ. And that's entirely different, you know, and anyway, I'll quit there. It's something that's close to me. It's something that's really important to me. So let's see, where are we at now?
Sorry, Steve, I've got to move.
Yeah, nobody,
There's food out there.
you guys
No,
are,
no, I got to go to work.
hey, where are you working today?
IUG,
Yeah, you doing like outside fun work, kind of work?
power washing,
Yeah,
some, a lot of concrete.
yeah, oh, you getting in practice for a year?
Oh, Hank already did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I walked through, I didn't see a thing.
Well, it's not one of those things that's noticeable.
Probably
What
not.
I'm doing out in High Ridge is very noticeable.
Is it?
It's got a lot of growth on it.
Oh, yeah, so they're
So
gonna
I'm
say,
gonna have to break down the growth.
yeah, it'll look good then.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Phil.
Hi, Sharon.
So I'm gonna go, so contrast wise, conflict wise, which makes, what makes good stories and good paintings. I'm gonna use something, I'm gonna think conflict is darker, lighter, darker. Not the darkest though. I don't wanna go overboard on it. I feel faint.
You wanna eat something?
You wanna eat?
Probably,
We
probably
can break.
better.
Take a
We
break.
can break to eat and then you can
Yeah.
continue
Okay.
to
Come
eat
back and
after
finish
we've
it.
That
eaten.
sounds good. Let's do that.
All right, and that way you won't
That's-
be
Yeah,
thinking.
we'll take a little break.
We call this intermission.
Thank you so much for coming. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this.
You are gonna.